What's up, Dragon Brood? So today we kind of went a little bit of a journey. One of the things people ask is like how I decide what decks we're going to put on the channel and how do I come up with things or whatever. So one of the things I started doing, especially during my daytime streams over on Facebook, is I'm kind of been using those as a way to kind of show people like, hey, here's some ideas I'm working on, and here's like a day where I'm testing a certain color combination or style of deck. So today I chose to mess around with elves, and I played mono green, I played black green, and I played blue green. And as it turns out, uh, the black green was only okay, and the blue green, though lots of people told me it had done well for them, I tried, and even recently I tried again off camera to try to play some games, and all I did was tank rank. It did nothing for me. I think the blue green version, unfortunately, with like the double major and the glass pool mimic and stuff like that are it's neat and it can do big things, but it really requires like a lot of setup and certain cards being in play, and I think it's just a little bit of a problem. So I came back to the mono green, and it actually played pretty well for us. Surprisingly, I thought of the three versions it was going to be the worst, but it turned out to be okay. So if you're just looking for something that's kind of easy to build, and I don't think it even plays new cards at all, maybe you already have the cards for it and it's worth building. I don't know, but I'll let you decide. Let's go take a look at that mono green elves deck. Okay, so this actually, like I said, plays a little different than you would expect it would, but part of it is I think we gave ourselves a chance to maximize our draws every turn, which is a really big deal here. But we have 4 Jaspera Sentinels, and this is still, like I said, I think in yesterday's video, the day before, like one of the best 1-mana creatures you can play right now. And we're obviously an elf, so it's the perfect card here. 1 Tajuru Blightblade. Honestly, this is just taking up space at the moment. If you have a card you want to play instead of Tajuru Blightblade, go for it. It's not necessarily a bad card. It does have Death Touch. It's not the type of thing your opponent wants to block very often. So, yeah, I mean, not awful, but it's really just taking up a space till I figure out what I want that last spot to be. Wildwood Tracker, almost always going to be a 2 or 3 power attacker in this deck, which is awesome. War Master obviously helps us go wide. Tajuru Paragon. This is one I think some people kind of declined to play, but I still like playing it because it's one of the few larger power creatures you have in this deck, and it's really cheap to cast. It's only 2 mana, but if you do draw it later, you can spend the mana to try to kind of get 2-3 creatures out in a turn if you're generating enough mana. So really interested in still playing a couple copies of this. I could even see the Blightblade becoming a 3rd Paragon. Then we have Wildburn Preserver. Actually, another thing, before I go ahead forward, I do want to point out, one of the best things about the Paragon is that it can go toe-to-toe with the Bone Crusher Giant, and that's not to be understated. So Wildborn Preserver, I do like this card. It is mana intensive, so you don't often get to put more than like 1 or 2 counters on it at a time. But what I like about it is that it is flash, right? So if you're playing against control decks or something with sweepers or whatever, you can leave mana up, let them do their thing during their end step, put this into play while they're tapped out, and then on your turn, play a creature, possibly pump it up to like a 5 or a 6, and then try to finish your opponent. So it does give us some flexibility, and randomly, it does have reach, and that's actually important whenever you're blocking some random creatures when your opponents, 1, don't expect you to have it, and 2, forget this thing has reach. Llanowar Visionary. Arguable this should be 4, but I'm rolling with 3. We do get enough mana. I do like having the card. It's just at 3 mana, sometimes we do want to be playing some of the other things in this deck to try to move the game forward and close the clock. Because we don't have that much time against some decks. You know the sweepers are coming, you know the spot removal's coming. So you've kind of got to get to business and get it done sometimes. Realm Walker. We were talking about this on stream. There's a lot of people who feel Realm Walker is like an amazing card. And generally, I don't necessarily agree. I mean, we've even tried building party decks where people say, play Realm Walker. And I don't think they understand that, you know, when you have a bunch of different creature types you can meet party, Realm Walker is not great. However, in this case, because we're playing all elves, well, mostly elves, it kind of makes sense to go ahead and play a Realm Walker. It can be an elf, get all the bonuses. However, because it is also a human, because it gets all creature types, it does mean it doesn't trigger your Wildborn Preserver, because Wildborn Preserver needs a non-human creature to come into play. So there are some weird interactions like that, but generally speaking, being able to get some extra creatures off the top of your library is a good thing. We're playing 4 Heraldic Banner. This is one way we are trying to press the issue and move the clock forward. So we have Preserver that can grow. We're playing Tajuru, which is already big. We have Banner now to give everything +1. And it gives us extra mana that we can use for a couple of things. Or get 2 or 3 creatures out in a turn. Or even just give us more mana to activate a War Master. So you can get everything +2/+2 and Death Touch. So love everything this is doing. 4 Canopy Tactician. Here's another card. It pumps your whole team, right? Because this is what we're looking for. And it is a 3/3 body, so sometimes on its own it's going to get stuff done. Then we're playing 2 Elven Ambush. This is a card that I think, people look at and go like, it's not that good. Why am I playing it? But think about it this way. If you kind of like turn 1 creature, turn 2 tracker, maybe tracker, like if you Sentinel into tracker plus another 1/1, all right, well now you already have 4 creatures out. The next turn you play a land, you can attack during your opponent's end step. Now you have 8 creatures. If you play anything that pumps your stuff, that could be lethal the next turn. So situations like that, this card can set up. Now, granted, that's Magic Christmas Land. It's not going to happen all the time, but you got to give yourself the opportunity for big plays. This also lets you get a bunch of surprise blockers, especially when we're playing against mono white or mono red. You can attack. Your opponent decides they're going to swing in, especially when they have stuff like Heliod or some of these other just really big creatures. You're like, great, I'm going to make 4 more blockers. Block everything up, and then now you have lethal next turn, right? So a couple of different situations there possibly. Then we have Toski, Bearer of Secrets, because if we're going to go wide, we can get cards and find our big finishers, which one of our best finishers is Return of the Wild Speaker. I was actually at only 2 of these for a little bit, but then after playing the games on stream, I actually went up to a 3rd one of these, and it actually has worked out pretty well. I've actually used both sides a couple times just to draw cards, but most of the time I'm using it for a +3/+3. And it's an instant. That's the other thing. So you can use it on defense if you have to. You can attack, let your opponent assign all their blocks, bump your team, wipe their team out, see what they're up to. So just lots of different stuff this card really does. And we can very often get to the 5 mana, which is pretty nice. And then we have 2 Castle Garenbrig and 20 Forest. Castle Garenbrig only really comes in handy because if we do get, say, 3 or 4 extra cards off of a Toski, sometimes we can go ahead and just do this, get to play more of those cards out that we've been drawing. But that's the list. It's actually pretty easy to build, like I said, but let's go look at those games, and then I'll catch you on the other side with a card spotlight and an idea for an update for this list. Alright, let's see if this turns into anything. Hey, Lawrence. We are goofing around with different elf builds tonight. Whether they become anything, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll find out. Polywog. This is not going to be good. I don't think we're going to be able to handle a mutate deck. Not without getting something... Yeah, that wouldn't even be any good here. I guess we can do this. Call Elf. Oh, because he's also a human. Duh. I was like, why didn't I trigger my Preserver? But he gets all creature types, one of which happens to be human. What's the most versatile color? All of them is the answer. Think about this. If one color was better than the others, truly better than the others, not like opinion, I like this color more than the other. If one color was just better than the others, nobody would play the other colors. It's the same way when new people start, they're like, okay, well, what's the best card? It's like, well, there's just a best card. We'd all just play the best card. And unfortunately, I think the mentality is generated from games like Yu-Gi-Oh!, where like you can just play any card you want and cast any card you want, and there's almost no restrictions. I think that's where a bunch of that comes from. Ooh, now that's interesting. I like that. So this is one way we could get ahead. All right, let's cast that. Oh, this could be good next turn. We're not going to attack here, right? So let's take action. Or are we? Because I only have 4 mana left. I guess we decline. Because we can get a lot of damage next turn. So that's going to give us 4 more creatures because we get a creature for each elf we control. We're just going to decline all those because we're not going to put counters on because I have no more mana. All right. Now we do have Return of the Wild Speaker, which can give us a lot. Each non-human creature gets +3/+3. If the opponent only ends up with 1 significant blocker, which I doubt would be the case, because they're probably going to play something like Sterix on that. Even if they end up with 2 blockers, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3. That'd be... No, that's +3. So yeah, actually, we'd still have lethal, even if they got a second creature here. Alright, there's the Sterix. I think we have lethal, y'all. Oh, no, because we have to tap Jaspara Sentinel? No, because we have a land. Yeah, so we should be good here. Yeah, I don't think there's a way we lose. I thought we weren't going to even win this one. Wow. Okay. Neither of those have lifelink. Return of the Wild Speaker is going to get there, y'all. Is this an instant? It is an instant. Okay, cool. Let's do it. All right, boom. Give all our creatures. Boom. How you like that? Stole one. What do we do with this? We can Blight Blade into Tracker or do it the other way around. All right, cool. We'll keep. Why not? I mean, mana's almost never an issue, which is kind of sweet. Oh, this is not going to be good, I don't think, but we're going to try our best. Probably should have played this first and just been able to trade, but ah well. Okay, opponent's going with nothing as an action. I am... What are we going to do here? Definitely don't want to play Tajuru Paragon because that's just going to get stomped. I'm not sure I necessarily want to trade for the Selfless Savior, but I kind of do. Alright. I mean, I don't think they're going to block. Alright. Oh, they didn't even have the stomp. If they did, they opted not to use it. I thought they had it. I mean, we could still get got here, because I'm probably still going to play this to block the 1/1 if they attack. Yeah, I wish I could play Archdruid in here. Or any other of the elves that pump your creatures. That'd be nice. Alright, let's see if we can pick off a Selfless Savior. No shocks, please. Man, if they have something like Make Your Mark, that'd be sick. Okay, they didn't. I was just thinking, like, that'd be a hell of a way for us to get caught there. Okay. So now we almost have to consider going wide again on how much mana we can make next turn because of this Return of the Wild Speaker. I'm only playing 2 of these, too. I'm just like, man, maybe I should be playing more. I didn't expect the card to show out like that. Alright, I'm only gonna pay 1. Just enough for it to be bigger than the Professor there. We're gonna attack. Alright, we're gonna play this. Decline. I'm going to assume the opponent's gonna play a Winota here, and then we'll get to block the Professor. No, just an apparition. Alright, well there goes our Wildborn Preserver. Thanks for the light there. That definitely makes it less enticing to try to get to the Wild Speaker now. So what do we do here? We attack with these 2. And then we can play another Tracker and a Realm Walker. Though we could play Realm Walker first, just to see if there's something we want to play off the top of the library. Alright, let's attack. Actually, no, because I'd rather have the Realm Walker to block instead of the Wild Track. Well, they're both 2 power, though. And I'd probably rather have the Realm Walker after comment. Okay, well, this isn't bad. This feels like they don't have Winota then. If that's the case. Okay, well, that's all right. Okay, now what do we do? I think I'm still going to do this first. Let's call Elf. And then play this. All right. So now we can do a lot. We do have access to 5 mana next turn, but only with 2 attackers, unfortunately. So there is a Winota. The opponent chooses to attack. Come on, don't be Blade Historian. Don't be Blade Historian. Big money, no whammies. Though that being said, if it's a elite Spellbinder, that's still kind of bad too. Okay, Bowser's Lieutenant, sure. I'll take 4. I'm okay with that. So now they have no more Winota triggers, which is important. Oh, that's big too. Dang it. I was thinking about it. I might just try to go for this, because if they don't block, that's lethal. Right? Well, no, because we don't be able to attack with 2 of them. That's only 10. That's not going to get us there. Then I guess we just don't attack here. And then we just do this. That gets us another creature, and then we have a land on top. So there's really no point in attacking, unless we just want to attack with the Blight Blade to just get 1 point in. But I don't think that's our jam here. I'm going to go no attack. Come on, don't have Spellbinder. That's what this is all about right now. No Spellbinder. Come on. That's all we're worried about. No Spellbinder. Spellbinder wrecks our day, because then we still need to find 2 more mana. Actually, I guess we need to find 1 more mana, because we have Jaspara Sentinel. So it's bad, it's just not awful. That's 5, 6, so we're still just 1 away from even... Okay, Apparition's probably going to get rid of our War Master. Oh, really? What's this about? They must just have another Winota in hand, right? Alright, so let's assume we block. The opponent blocks 2 of our things. And then we get 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 through. That is not lethal. If we take 8 here... but even if they have a Stomp... It'd still be the same thing, right? 1, 2... let's see. Let's assume they block 2... Kill one of those, so still just do... I'm gonna gamble. No blocks. Let's see what they got for us. Oh, they don't have it. They don't have it. That's it. Coming through. Doing it big. Oh, man. I don't think there's anything they can do here. I mean, they can respond to us giving everything +3/+3 and kill off, like, the War Master, maybe. That might be their best play. What? They didn't block anything? Oh, they must have just assumed we had nothing. Okay, then. They didn't even have... Like, how do you... What? So we'll see what JYJ is playing here. Okay, the question here is, do we just run this old War Master out and let it die? Or I'm not going to, actually. I'm going to do this first. Mostly because we can get to a turn here in a couple turns where we can cast, like, Heraldic Banner and play War Master or some combination of 2 cards. And I'd rather do that. So maybe we can possibly get an additional creature and something off of it. But we'll see. And there's a Heartless Axe. Okay, well that guarantees we'll get to do that at a minimum. So that's pretty nice. Ooh, and it just Sparrow Sentinel. Okay. Alright. Now we can make some things happen. Our Visionary did not die immediately. What would green and black... Oh, it is blue too, though. I guess could be just an Ultimatum deck. Gotta be a little careful here. I mean, we could just play another odd cost to encourage the opponent to make a move. But we could also play this, play this. You know what? I'm actually just going to play this and hold my position. And I'm going to wait and see what the opponent does here. Because they might try to play, like, Binding of the Old Gods on our banner or something, and then we go ahead and put this into play and then try to go for it. Yep, see? I don't know. Maybe they won't. Okay, they are. Fair enough. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Ooh, now I don't want to put out too many things that are even. Ugh. Alright, we'll put out one of these. So they can Extinction Event one of them. Though that being said, who knows? They might just play like Shadow's Verdict. Good news is, though, if they do wipe our creatures, we can play, like, 2 more of these back to back. Try to do a little bit of something. Alright. Which way do we lose our creatures? Yep. No surprise. Okay. And then we just get Ultimatum tier? Is that how this is going to go down? I guess I should have played the Blightblade, knowing Ultimatum was a possibility, actually. That's a mistake on my part. Oh, Epiphany. That's less scary. Especially since we have a Sentinel. There's a Binding. Well, there goes that War Master. That's not going to live long. Okay. Well, that didn't end up awful, I guess. We'll just see what happens here, I suppose. Oh, Elf? Ooh, there's a Toski on top. Alright. We're not mad about that. I guess we'll do this just to force the opponent to choose. Like, if they do have an Extinction Event, they can go odd or even here. Nope, they just have a Mystical Disputes. Darn it. That is not what we wanted to see. Thanks for liking the stream. Alright, opponent. What gives? What say you? I mean, we're kind of just waiting for them to find their ultimatum at this stage. No, Tybalt. Okay. Ooh, Tybalt's gonna go off the top and get our Toski. Ah, man, that sucks. That sucks. That is awful. Man, that hurts so much. And they have an Extinction Event. Like, yeah, we're wrecked now. I'm just gonna move to the next game. We're not winning that one. Like, I know most of the decks I'm playing are not going to be great. They don't start out that way. Because here, actually, real talk. Like, here's kind of the deal. Y'all could either get to see the experiments behind the curtain, which is what this is, or you can get to see the decks when they're already finished and final. Those are kind of the choices. How about Garrick's Uprising? That doesn't really do much. Isn't Garrick's Uprising the thing where, like, if you play a creature 4 or greater, you draw a card or whatever? Like, that's probably the thing. Oh, no, that's fine, Chris. I'm just saying, like, there's been plenty of people that roll into the chat and just want to naysay every deck. And I'm like, yeah, I know a bunch of these are not going to be good from the get-go. That's the point of doing it. But yeah, I don't know if Uprising does anything for this deck, really. Alright. Well, knowing what the opponent probably has here. Well, it's good that it's not you. I hope it's not. I kind of want to do this, so if we do play Toski next turn, but I also don't know if the opponent has an Extinction event, and I'd hate to just lose Toski because of that. So I'd rather just, like, wait here. Yeah, I like Toski too. I just don't know if it's the play here. Like, knowing the opponent's going to get to untap with 4 mana, I don't know if that's really what we want to do. Huh. If they're using spot removal here, though, maybe they don't have it. Though they could still have, like, Shadow's Verdicts. But we'll see. It's probably just Binding of the Old Gods, truthfully. Yeah, they'll Binding our banner. Everybody Binding's the banner. So we'll get at least 1 card out of this. Alright. That's a good start. I don't know how far it gets us, though. Because, I mean, we could play a Wildwood Tracker, then play Ambush. And that gets us a few creatures. And then maybe the Tactician could be enough. Like kitchen sink decks. That's good stuff. Yep. Okay, so we figured that might happen. Let's go ahead and just do this. And we'll go ahead and play this. It only gets us 2 more creatures, but it's a start down the road we want to be on with the Canopy Tactician. Because we really only have 1 more turn, I think. And even if they have Shadow's Verdicts, we don't even have that. The game's just over. But yeah, I don't think this version necessarily can... I don't think this version has a chance at beating the Ultimatum decks. Almost. I mean, I say doesn't have a chance, but like, we're going to lose probably 70% of those games. I don't think there's a way around that. Just the way the deck's built. I don't think we have a real out, necessarily. I mean, even here, if we land the Canopy Tactician, we're going to attack for 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The opponent's still at 6. That's still not enough. And that's assuming they do absolutely nothing. I assume they're going to do something here. Alright, so I guess they're just leaving mana up to counter or kill our Tactician, because that'd be the best thing we could do here. Okay, well... Nice knowing you, Tactician. I don't assume you're going to live, friend. You're probably deader than a doornail. Yeah, this isn't enough. No matter what happens here. I mean, maybe they just have like a Shark Typhoon? No, okay, it wasn't that. I was like, maybe they Shark Typhoon and just make like a 3/3 blocker or something. But nope. Alright, so they just take 5. That is not going to be nearly enough. Might as well just play this. We're dead either way. Yeah, pretty sure unless they somehow only have lands in hand or on top of their library, like there's literally like no real outs. We can get a thing that bumps our whole team, but we would need them to have either nothing other. Well, the fact that they're even deciding on the scry tells us we're dead. The fact that it wasn't just like shove 2 lands to the bottom or something. Like I'm sure that's it. Yeah, Chris, if you like that kind of stuff, check out my YouTube channel. We put up videos every single day with just all types of stuff. All right. How dead are we? I'm assuming we're quite dead. I mean, if not, maybe we have a chance here. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, not really, though, because even if they get Ultimatum, they can just choose, like, some pile that has both Extinction Event and Shadow's Verdict. And then we just lose just the same. Ah, you rewatch a lot of my lives. Well, cool. Thank you for that. Yeah, I don't know how we could beat this deck with mono green elves. Mostly because we're like mono green aggro can do it. The problem is the creatures the elves get just aren't big enough. Like we don't have like a 4/4. We don't have like Gargaros and I don't know, questing beasts or even quality like 3 power things. Like we just don't have those in this build. Yes, we do have Realm Walker, but Realm Walker's a bit overrated, honestly. Everybody, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still playing it, but I have a lot of people that like want to throw that in immediately, and it's just like, eh. Wait, oh, wait. Oh, dang it. We had an opening. We had a chance. Oh man, if we could have found a banner or found another of the canopy tacticians, we could have won right here. Or if we could have found either of the dang it. The Return of the Wild Speaker. That would have been fine. Oh man. Just the wrong thing. All right. Well, we'll get in there for 5 because that's all we can do. Or I guess 6. All right. Let's see how bad it is. Oh, no. Realm Walker is overrated. That's why you don't see it in a lot of decks. A lot of people tout it a lot, but it doesn't make the cut in a lot of lists. That's kind of the definition of overrated. Everybody likes it, and it ends up not really meeting expectations. Like, we play it in this because, like, you're playing elves. You don't have a lot of choices. You should play it. But in most decks, where I'm playing green, I'm not going to play a Realm Walker. Mostly because outside of elves, there's not a lot of green decks that are tribes that you want to play that in. Like, I've had people even trying to encourage me to play it in party decks, and the reason it doesn't work in party decks is because you have so many things of all different creature types to even make the party work. Could we not? Yeah, wait. Trying to think. Blast Pool Mimic. Yeah, we kind of have to put that into play tapped first. I don't love it. But again, this is allowing us to have some other things where we can like copy tacticians and things that, you know, our black-green version can't do. I think the mono-green version's fine. I just don't know if, like I said, the black-green just feels like it struggles a bit right now in the current state of Magic. All right. We'll just run this out there. See what the opponent thinks about a Tajuru Paragon. Though I have to say, if the D&D set does make party decks go off, Tajuru Paragon could be at a premium, especially as we start getting to play paper again. Could be a card to keep your eyes on. Because they have basically already told us that the party mechanic was originally built for the D&D set, and they were still going. It sounded like they were still going to include it there. They just co-opted it for Zendikar in the meantime, leading up to it. All right, opponent, leave that alone. You don't want to touch it. I don't know. Maybe you do. I'd rather you kill that, and we get to keep our visionary. So let's see. Maybe they'll oblige us. I don't know. They may not. Whoop. I gotta adjust my lighting here while we're waiting on the opponents. All right, there they go. Okay, finding some more green land is nice. Don't hate that. Does the visionary survive? It does, and we get a card. I mean, it doesn't get countered. I don't know if survive is the word. Triple tactician is funny. I don't know if that's going to end up meaning anything, but we'll have triple tactician. Oh, so this is what the opponent's doing. Okay. Well, I might still block a Thieves Guild Enforcer. I'd be into that. I mean, you still probably kill the Visionary, right? You don't want me to have all the extra mana. I mean, they don't know what our hand looks like, but still, if you're going to kill something, I think Visionary's the more valuable creature here. All right, so currently we have 2 things in our graveyard. So we're going to go ahead and play this one. They won't be able to copy it or counter it with a Drown in the Lock. So that's good. I'm going to go ahead and play this. They could counter this if they want to. Hey, thanks for liking the stream. Alright. And then we'll attack. I mean, kill our Canopy Tactician, take 3 instead of 4. That would make sense. Oh, you're just going to use Drown in the Lock on that. Okay. Alright. That's a good sign. We'll take that. So that leaves us with 3 cards in our yard currently. I think I'm a big fan of the mono green version, honestly. I really like the mono green quite a bit. As the more I played it, I enjoyed it more. Oh, so this is Flash. This isn't even Rogues. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's a thing then. Let's play a Canopy Tactician. Let's play another Canopy Tactician. And then we're going to attack for lots many. And we'll just let you figure out how to deal with this, opponent. They could Extinction Event for even, which would be gross. Okay, they just gave us the GG's. All right, we get to go first. Sure, we're in on this. But yeah, like I said, I think just in general, I feel like mono green elves is if given a choice, that's probably what I would favor. Somebody just put my feet to the fire today. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go with this. We're gonna attack. Play that mono black deck a few games and smash a couple people. Nah. This is about elves today on the stream. Kind of wanted to experiment, just let some things happen, get to see how stuff works, and learn a few things. All right, so we can play this and still use a double major. Oh well, Copying Realmwalker doesn't do anything. Copying this gets us a 3. Man, I don't even know what I want to do here. I mean, we basically get to Juru Paragon and double major, or we just play a... I guess we just play a Realmwalker. Because I feel like if we do anything, we're going to be wanting to copy something better. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily better. Though, you know, I am willing to attack here. Like, the opponent wants to give up both of their creatures. I'm alright with that. I mean, now we can Paragon and Search. I just don't know what we would get if that were the case. Alright, cool. You can exile something. I mean, like, yeah, we'll still block. I mean, if you're down to just one creature, I'm okay with that. Even if it is big. Okay, now things get at least a little bit interesting here. Because now we're starting to get to where we almost have enough mana to do some things. Let's get this duder out there. Mostly just to be efficient in case we drew something else. But we did not. So let's take action. And let's pump this 3 times. We'll use this new token. And they'll go ahead and play this. Tap a token. Fine. And pass. So we may just be on a go wide strategy. You know, like, hey, say, hey, cool, you want to come at it? You get a bit. Oh, now that's a problem. That is going to be a real problem. That's going to force us to have to use Death Touch or something, or else that's going to end very poorly. Let's go ahead and block with this duder. Okay. I mean, all right, if we attack with everything here, well, everything being 5 creatures, and then we Death Touch, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so it's 20. Opponent blocks the... so they have to block 2 things, right? Oh, no, but we can't because we have to tap the Sentinels. So that doesn't really work. Ignore that plan. All right, I'm just going to pass. I think. See, the problem is if I pass and they don't attack, that's even worse. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so they are going to do it. Okay, well, that's pretty good for us then. Yep, like I think they're realizing now, like, oh, you want to Blizzard Brawl that? Well, that's a damn good thing to do. Tap. Tap. Well, now you can attack with no remorse. Yeah, like, that was a damn good card for them. Yeah, no blocks. There's nothing we can do now. The opponent had the right actions. Yeah, we got nothing. We got nothing. Like, our opponent had, like, the weirdest draw and we still lost. Like, alright, we'll keep. Let's see what we do here. Assuming the Sentinel's not long for this world. I mean, I'm not blocking here. I'm going to force you to use a removal card. Okay, they didn't have it. Sadly, we're not going to do anything about that anyway. So, yeah, we're just passing. I mean, now they can shoot it with the Stomp. I'm assuming that's what they were waiting on. Yeah, makes sense. All right, we take one. And opponent follows up with nothing. See, now this is where it gets a little dicey, because I kind of want to play this, because this is harder to kill, but I think we gamble with this. And if they just have another stomp, they have another stomp. Mostly I just think there's just more value in the Realm Walker. Like, it's also possible they could have, like, I don't know, Frostbite, and they're just waiting for another. Oh, they actually played Shocks. Oh, okay, maybe they don't have Frostbites. Well, that one's on me. They went super low burn heavy. That's good to know. Okay. That kind of raises some questions. Let's do this. And then we'll play the Paragon. Mostly because we can get away with playing War Master plus Realm Walker next turn with 5 mana, and we'll get a little extra value. Alright, so opponent's just coming out with the burn spells. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. We're still at 17, even if they found a land here. We're still largely okay. I mean, it could be an axe or something that's going to be a little bit scary, but we'll have to navigate it. Sure, go to 16. Nope, just a Bone Crusher. Alright. Well, let's see if we can dodge Embercleave and such here. Call Elf. Alright, hopefully this helps. I mean, downside is if they do have Embercleave here, we just can't block Bone Crusher no matter what we want to do. Okay, well now we can block Bone Crusher, and I probably will. Nope, I won't. They just have an endless string of removal cards. Great. Just is what it is. What you gonna do? Alright, well. Now, I guess the Tactician's dead too? I don't know. There's an axe. Alright, no blocks. Go to 7. Oh, I was really hoping to draw a creature there. Wow. I guess we draw 4. I mean, I don't know what else we can do. Oh, that is a savage, awful set of 4. Yeah, I don't even know, like, is there even... Wow. Wow, that is bad. I mean, I guess we just do this? Wow. I think we're just dead. That, wow. That's all I have to say is wow. That was just so bad. I mean, I'm just going to do this. If they have something that just hits us for 3, they hit us for 3. We're just dead. I'll accept it. Okay, that's actually fine. If that's all that is, we're okay. That's could have been a lot worse. Okay. I set ourselves up to at least give us a chance here. So we're going to go with this. Yeah, playing the banner here doesn't do us as much good because we at least turn the Wildborn Preserver into a 5 toughness here. Decline the first one. We will take action on the second one. Pump it twice. Could have done more, but I want to be able to block everything safely if they do draw another removal, because as we can see, we know they have plenty. Don't want to trade here, really. Just end the turn. Okay, Fervent Champ doesn't really scare us here. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's go ahead and play this. All green. And I'm going to get in there with... They could block with Bone Crusher and Fervent Champ, but let's get in there with just, well, do we want to get in there with that? I kind of want to get in with 2 tokens. But if the opponent draws a shock, we're dead if we play this. So this is the best we could do. Alright. Can't do much more than that. I wanted to, but we just can't. Alright, there's a Robber of the Rich, which is probably going to have the opponent... see, this is bad. We can't let them draw off of our deck as much as I want to. That was actually the ideal card for them to draw. We have to just put this in play now. Pump it for 1, 2, 3. Is that 4? 5? Can't tell if that's 4 lands there. I think it's 4. We're gonna do it for 5. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, they gave up. Wow. Yeah, so the deck played out kind of like what you expect. No real surprises there. But I think there are a couple of things here that we could swap out some cards for. And, you know, if you want to play a one-of in place of that Chijuru, Blightblade, I would consider playing possibly Nylea, you know, as a way to have another big body that's hard to kill. It can also help you find more creatures later in the game, which can be good. And it also makes the creatures you find to play cheaper. So that's something to consider. If you're going up against a lot of Witherbloom type decks, or anything that's just playing a bunch of small creatures, then maybe consider playing Garruk's Uprising. It's not a card I generally want in this type of list, but I mean, I guess sometimes we can get enough of our creatures to 4 power, so that's a thing, and maybe that can draw some cards. But even more importantly, it does give all of our creatures trample, so if we can get even just a bunch of 3 power creatures, sometimes that's just going to be enough to get us across the finish line. So that's worth considering too if you want to go ahead and play one of those. And then if you're worried about the long game, you want something that consistently produces some tokens, you can go ahead and play Vivian. Since you're already going to call green anyway with the Heraldic Banners, you do get a bonus on those 3/3s you're making. So you're getting 4 3s or larger. So that's something else you could do. But those are probably my 3 big cards I would consider replacing. But if you want to check it out, like I said, doesn't even use any new cards really. So should be something that most people could build if you want to. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Savra, that Golgari Queen. The reason I'm bringing this up, this is a card that hung around for a long time, almost in bulk bins. Like, you couldn't get very much for it, and then for a while she kind of crept up to $4 or $5, and then I saw her go up to like $8, and I was like, okay, this sort of makes sense. Now she's over $20. Like, everybody wants Savra, but it's mostly because I think Savra plays very well with the new Witherbloom cards, and that's sort of what all the Commander players are telling me. So if you have some Savras, go dig them out of those boxes, because now is the time to move them. Now, will it stay at that price? I don't know. It feels a little bit inflated, but, you know, if this is the new hotness, and there's not that many Savras out there, I believe it has had 1 reprint so far, it's still going to be kind of hot, and people are going to want it. Don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links to my Facebook gaming and Twitch streams, which, by the way, if you want to come by and, like I said, be part of the process, see what goes on, or even just be part of it in general, get to give your 2 cents on what's going down, maybe help build some decks. Or if you just want to get help with your deck, go ahead and hit us up over on the Discord. We've been very active over there the last few days. Once we got over like 400 people, things really started taking off. So come by, say hi, and finally, please do not forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, help us get to 12,000 subscribers and 1 million views on our channel. We are so very, very close. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.